Good everyone, my name is Graphics. If you look at the front of the screen, there's a question that is displayed there, and the question goes like this. It says, evaluate the limit of x tends to 0, sin cube 4x over 2x cubed. Solution. Recall, the limit of x tends to a, c will always give you c lim x tends to ax. Now what do you notice? The c is a constant. It goes behind the lim, right? So I'm left with x in front. So whenever you have a constant associated with a variable, you separate the constant, take it behind the variable, take it behind the lim, then leave just the variable there, right? So if I implement this in the above expression, what I have here, discover that in front of the sign we have a silent one standing there, and in front of the x cube we have 2. That is, the equation of x cube is 2, and the equation of sin cube 4x is what? Is 1. So those two things there are constant, so I'm going to take them behind the lim, so it will be in the form of what? 1 over 2 lim x tends to 0 sin cube 4x all over x cube. Now what do you notice? Another way of writing sin cube 4x is by writing sin 4x all to the power of what? 3, that is cube. Now look at what we're having here. Now recall, there's another law again that says that in indices, it says if you have a base raised to a power all over another base raised to the same power, bringing the two of them together, they will be carrying the power. Like a to the power of m over b to the power of m will give us what? A over b all to the power of what? M. That's what I mean. Now if I implement it in the above expression, I'm going to be having 1 over 2 lim s tends to 0 sin 4x over x all cube. Now we know very well that if you have sin x over x, it will give you 1. Similarly, if you have sin 10x over 10x, it will give you 1. If you have sin 5x over 5x, will give you 1. So what this is telling you is that what? If the value, the angle in front of the sign is the same as what is in the denominator, your answer will be what? 1. So we'll find a way of manipulating sin 4x over x to make sure that the value or the variable being at the denominator, that is under its division sign, is the same as what is in front of the sign. Now what is in front of the sign is 4x, so that means I need to put 4x under the sign, right? So I'll be having sin 4x over 4x, but now it is not balanced. Now it's not balanced, right? Because for me to write sin 4x over 4x, I need to put something that can counter the 4 I just added to the x at the denominator. So that means I need to put 4 in front of, behind the sign, so that if 4 equals 4, we are still left with the same thing that we have, right? So that's what I will have there. So if I implement it here, this is what I'm having. So sin 4x over 4x is 1. So I will now be having 1 over 2 lim x tends to 0 into bracket 4. Everything that is sin 4x over 4x is 1, so times 4, all raised to the power of what? 3. Now we know 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 raised to the power 3 is what? 64. So I'll be having 1 over 2 lim s tends to 0 times s tends to 0, then we have what? 64. Now recall, there is a rule, a property of limit that says that if I have the limit of s tends to ac, it will always give me what? C, right? So it means that if you have the limit of a constant, no matter what the variable is tending to, right, we'll still get back that constant. That means the lim of x tends to 0 is 64, will still give us what? 64. So I'll be left with what? 1 over 2 times what? 64. And 1 over 2 times 64 is that saying 64 over 2, right? So 64 over 2 gives us what? 32. So this is my answer. So therefore, the lim of x tends to 0, sine cube 4x over 2x cube is equals to what? 32. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.